మామ
Yeah.
స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను.
Mm.
రెడీయా?
Mm.
Good evening, everyone. We have Professor Shashi with us, joining us today for this interview. Thank you, Professor Shashi, for giving us your valuable time for this interview.
Thank you, Dr. Mr. Ranjit. I'm feeling very good talking to you now, and I feel honored in giving this interview. Thank you so much for inviting me.
We would like to talk with you about your experiences before the digital age, as we are curious about the consequences and challenges people faced before technology becomes such a big part of our lives. This will be a short interview about lesser than 10 minutes. I appreciate your time and patience. So we'll start this interview.
Sure.
I'll begin with this question. Can you describe a typical day for you before modern digital technology like smartphones, computers, etc. became very common?
Yes, Ranjit. Uh, I Before the smartphones or computers have come, I feel my life was very beautiful, very calm. Okay. So we used to spend a lot of time with the people surrounding our home. We used to stay in railway quarters. So all the colony people, all my friends used to, after immediately coming back from school, we used to meet at a particular place. Okay. And we used to play a lot till late night. So that those days were very enjoying. We enjoyed very lot, particularly talking to them, spending time with them. Now people never go to meet such people. They just talk over mobile phones itself. They form a WhatsApp group or discuss. They have chat. Okay, they have video calls. Those days it is not like that. We used to spend a lot of time playing together, spending together, talking together, going to some place together. So I think those days were very good compared to the present days, where people only spend on mobile phones now.
So my next question comes for the communication section. How did you stay in touch with families and friends? Or what different ways of communication you use? And how long does it normally take for the response?
Yeah, the only way we have to communicate is by letters only those days. So letters usually take, depending upon the distance, within the same state, it takes hardly 3 or 4 days. If it is outside the state, maybe up to 1 week. So for any information, we used to wait for 1 week at least. And I also remember the days when we used to write a letter abroad to some universities or to some uncles who stay there in US or UK. And we used to get the reply after mostly after 1 month. Okay. So, of course, this communication has become very fast in this present era. This we have to agree. Even over just a WhatsApp message, or email, we just communicate very fast. So, communication was a drawback in those days. Definitely, we all should agree this. This communication has become very fast nowadays, so we can communicate with anyone anytime. So you get very quick responses. Those days only the communication was through letters only, which used to take very lot of time. And particularly in an emergency, communication through letters it used to take a lot of time. And in case of emergency, it's a very big drawback actually.
Yes. Uh, what were the main sources of entertainment during your days? Because in this time we have OTT apps or YouTube or different media, so we can look up to. So what were the main sources of entertainment during your day, and how do you spend your free time?
So those days actually it was very difficult to find free time because we used to spend a lot of time with our friends on itself, with the colony friends of the same age group. And as we grew older and older, we used to spend a lot of time with the children also. Okay, guiding them, spending time with them, taking them to good places, teaching them. Okay, we used to have a very big circle. So young people. Okay, then we used to spend time with the very old people. Okay, so a lot of communication was there. Okay, old people used to give work to us. Okay, So we used to give work to the younger generations. So for any event in a particular colony, everybody used to work. So that is how we used to spend. No TVs. Only I remember there was only one TV in the whole colony. So only weekly once there was a movie used to telecast in the Doordarshan. So we everybody in the colony used to go to their home to watch one movie. So that is how we used to spend. Except that, otherwise we used to spend a lot of time spending together, playing games, okay. And just chatting or discussing, or and discussing subject, discussing politics, discussing sports. So there was a huge discussion we used to spend, which we used to have with a lot of our friends, and spending time with the seniors, with the parents, and with the uh, people, with the people who are who has a lot of experience. So we used to spend a lot of time with them, learn from them, spend time with them.
Okay. Now the question comes on the shopping condition. Like, how do you handle shopping and banking services without online? As now we have online services for banking purposes, also for shopping purposes. How do you manage during those days?
The only so those days before the digital era, the only source was to have spend using cash. Of course, definitely handling cash was difficult. Most of the time we used to never get proper change, okay, carrying particular when you're traveling, okay, in the bus, or in the bus or by auto. So we used to we must have small cash also. So can handling this cash with coins, small currency notes, was very difficult. I remember when we used to travel longer distances, okay, we used to take all the money we have from the home because we don't know what to where do we where we spend, how we spend. Okay, carrying cash was risky, of course. Carrying cash was very difficult. That is a, I should say, very major drawback. But at the same time, we used to plan accordingly, because we used to we know when we get salary. So accordingly, we used to spend the whole month. Now it is not like that. In the digital era, we have credit cards. So you spend more than actually what is required, hoping that you can repay the next month. So this attitude has changed in spending money. Okay, people started spending more than they require. So unnecessary expenses have become more popular now. So those days, of course, carrying cash was difficult, but at the same time, the advantage was we used to spend little in the sense whatever actually is required. And if any big item we to buy in our home, we used to plan much earlier. Okay, like when we buy, remember the day when we have purchased TV in our home. So my father used to keep money for over 6 months. He has saved money for 6 months to buy one television. Now today it is not like that. You now you want a TV. Now you have TV in your home in the next minute. You can pay using a credit card, and you can pay all the money in EMIs. So planned planned expenditure, everything was then there in those days. Now you don't have to plan anything, everything is there now. So whether we can take it as an advantage or disadvantage, depending upon the situation you are going through, and the importance of what you are doing shopping for. So there are both advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah. What was traveling like without GPS or any online bookings? How do people plan their trips and navigate to unfamiliar places during those days?
I think GPS, even personally, I tell you, GPS is not that important when you're traveling, particularly when GPS is important when you travel by your own car. Otherwise, it is not necessary. Okay, because like when you, even now, when you wanted to travel abroad, we don't follow GPS now. So unless until you are traveling by car, by your own vehicle, okay, GPS is not necessary. Yes, GPS is necessary to locate your place or to send your location to somebody. That is very important. Otherwise, it is not that important. Personally, what I feel. Okay. When you're
Okay.
traveling by your own vehicle, definitely GPS is necessary. Next, online bookings. Yes, definitely online bookings has become traveling, has made traveling much easier. Earlier, mostly we used to travel by train. So definitely you can only book onward journey. For return journey, you have to go to that place and book from there itself. You cannot book from any station to any station from a particular place. That was a drawback. But accordingly, we used to plan everything. We know that we cannot book the return ticket from here. Okay, but after going there, we used to book. And of course, time, we used to have flexible timings. Or if, say, suppose if you want to travel for next after 2 days, if the reservation is not available, plan for the third day or fourth day. That is how we used to plan. Okay. Now the thing is, you can plan everything much before. You can book everything, all the complete itinerary you can plan now. That is, of course, the disadvantage you have. um, uh, in those days, in digital era, it has become much easier, I think, I should say.
Okay. Do you think people were more connected with their neighbors and community before digital technology, or they are more connected now?
No, actually, I should say people now are more connected. Okay, because we have a lot of groups now. Even now, we have a small WhatsApp group where we have a group of friends. Our schoolmates, then college mates, then university. So a lot of that communication is there now. But at the same time, you have groups, unnecessary groups. Okay, a lot of social groups, and your personal data is also getting misused. That is the disadvantage, but definitely we are more connected now compared to those days.
Okay. Now I will end this interview with the last question. What do you think are the biggest benefits and downsides of today's digital world compared to the past? Benefits and disadvantages.
Yeah, personally, the information, the present day, the advantage, what we should say is the information. Information is the uh, actually, in the days much earlier, not much earlier, the days like few years back, the person is said to be rich who has more lands. The next generation will be, in the next generation, the person will be more rich if he has more information. So information actually is ruling now. Okay. So in now, before the digital area, information is very limited. The only information what you can get is from the newspapers or books. Now you don't have to go to any book, which is very limited. Limitedly it is available. Now you can access any book from anywhere. From You can access books from any library. Okay, so information is there, but at the same time, the drawback is also this information. It all depends upon how you use this information, whether for the benefit of the society, for the benefit of the people, or to destroy them. Okay, so advantage is there and the disadvantage is there, depending upon how you use your intellectual information.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Professor Shashi, for sharing your memories and experiences with us today. It's been wonderful hearing about your perspective on how life has changed over the years.
Thank you, Mr. Ranjit. Thank you for this time.